Hello, my friends. I want to talk a little bit about how to heal that part of us that really, really, really cares about the judgment of others, that really cares about what other people think, and that part that gets kind of ruled by these situations and circumstances where you're meeting someone new. And that inner critic goes wild, saying that you should have not said it that way. You should have said something different. You should have acted a little different. Why were you being weird? Or that really intense moment when you're waiting for a text back or you're waiting for an email back. And that part of you just feels so anxious, worrying about what this other person is thinking. And that inner critic can go into all kinds of story about what's happening. But I promise you, almost 100% of the time, all of those thoughts are false. It is not reality. It's just coming from a young, wounded place inside of ourselves that went through an experience that was traumatic and had us feel separation or some rejection. And it put in place this protection. I'm never going to feel this way again. And so on and on the inner critic goes in these moments, thinking that it's protecting you, but ultimately just looping and causing so much suffering. And sure enough, the person will text or the person will email and they'll be like, hey, so sorry. I was just a little busy. And you're like, oh my God, it's just been days of feeling just a little off, just a little anxious, right? So the goal in healing this is to be able to give yourself what it is you think you're seeking from another. So, in those moments, we're most likely seeking validation, seeking acceptance, and thinking that we need to be something that we're not in order to get it, which is a trap in and of itself, creates for a really challenging way of life. So, if we flip it and look inside of ourselves at what's happening on the inside in those moments of needing that validation, we're most likely not giving it to ourselves. The path to actually being really confident and empowered and really not giving a shit what anybody thinks about you is giving yourself what you need, telling yourself to, first of all, what it is you need to hear, right? So it's soothing that part of you that feels pretty anxious, like, okay, hey, feeling a little anxious right now. I see you're a little bit scared and worried about what this person may or may not be thinking of you, but it's okay. It's like you're saying this to yourself. We just want to remember that this is not reality right now. All of these fearful, scared thoughts that you're thinking, it's just old patterning. Everything's going to be okay. Whatever I'm thinking is actually not real. One of my mentors, Byron Katie, says reality is always kinder than our thoughts. Always kinder than our thoughts. So the more that you can turn inward and work with your own inner emotions, working with that anxiousness, allowing it, softening it, being with yourself, being with the part of you that needs something from someone else and giving it to yourself will help heal that part of you so that you can feel confidence on the inside. You don't have to dress a certain way. You don't have to show up a certain way. You just are it because you've mended and spent time with those parts that need you. Okay? The more that you do that, the more you will just naturally show up in the world feeling confident, the less you will need validation from others, and the more you can just be yourself. So pay attention. Pay attention to those looping thoughts when your inner critic is telling you that you really messed up and you should have done it differently. Soothe that part of you. It just thinks that it's protecting you, but it is not serving. The more that you can let go of those anxious and fearful thoughts, the happier you will be. The happier you are, again, the less you need from other people. And then you start walking through the world feeling confident and empowered and not really needing things from other people. And everybody's like, what's up with that person? I want more of that. I want what she's having. I want what he's having. It's an inside job, my friends. Pay attention to that inner world. That is the road to healing, to confidence, to everything that you want to experience in life. All my love.